episode of the Typical Manga Review will be dedicated to One Piece, Chapter 845, Forces of Rage. What I cover here is just a set of quintuple kittens waiting on Nami hand and foot while she lounges on the beach. We open with Nami and Luffy. Nami's asking if he's really going to wait where he is in the middle of enemy territory. Since Pound said that anyone who dares to defeat a general is erased in a blink by Big Mom's vengeful forces and their storms. So he waits right where he is, enemies will come after him. But Luffy is insisting that Sanji will come, and he's waiting right there. Meanwhile, the storm clouds come up, and Nami realizes from King Bomb that this is actually Big Mom's weather control. She is in a tremendous rage. And Nami's realizing that she's in shock at the fact that this huge storm is all from one person's powers. And she's remembering Pound's words that Lincoln can control the weather, and there's no way to stop Big Mom if she's mad. The citizenry of Sweet City is seeing Prometheus and Zeus wreak havoc. And we've actually seen these guys before. This is like the sun and a rain cloud homies that they are actually in the background of Big Mom's first appearance. So we have seen these guys before. Yeah. Meanwhile, on the street level, the army of vengeance for Master Cracker has come together. Make way, the forces of rage are passing through. Sanji's brothers are seeing this and realizing that they're going to find and wipe out Luffy. Yep. Yeah, it's too bad the idiot decided he was going to wait there for you. He's done for. And we're seeing some more of Big Mom's people here. We got Bobbin the Disposer. Some translations say Thrifty Bobbin, but Bobbin the Disposer is what we get here in Viz. Amande the Mademoiselle, and Montdor the Secretary. Can you imagine the total bounty of that crowd? That's actually the people saying that. Sanji is seeing this and remembering Luffy's words that he's going to stay right there. But then again, Yonji's then again, I bet that captain ain't stupid enough to stick around once he sees that army. It's begun to rain, and it's actually syrup rain. And Luffy actually flops himself on his stomach, so he won't even let the syrup into his mouth. He'll only ever eat Sanji's cooking. Back in Whole Cake Chateau, we're seeing I'm not quite sure how to make this. I'm assuming it's a little girl, but someone mentioned that there's a Tontada among Big Mom's children, like a dwarf. So I'm not sure which one we're seeing here. Either way, a little girl is approaching Big Mom. Mama, the head chef won't let me use a knife. I just want to cut open my dolly. Why, that won't do. Dulce, Drage, give her a knife. No, Mama, if you give Nana a knife, she'll try and pop our balloons. That's right, she's wicked. I tell you, I'll kill her one day. They shouldn't use those wicked words, should they, Mama? Everyone's got 100 or 200 people they want to kill. Just find a way to get along with my children. Tomorrow's your big sister Pudding's wedding. Now it's time to go meet the groom's family. And yeah, they're talking about Tontada, a dwarf among the children. There is one little tiny one being held in the other kid's hand with butterflies around her. Or him. Can't really tell. Hey, we've seen a Big Mom and Pudding with the Jerema Royals. And once again, we see just how huge Big Mom is compared to everything. Jerema 66. She's explaining that she was just a bit late because she was sorting out a little problem. And she's actually thrilled that Sanji's a cook, which makes her a perfect match for Pudding. Of course, he could be anything for all Big Mom cares. It's a political marriage. As long as my interest and yours align, all is well, Judge. The judge agrees, but there's nothing better than our children being happy. To a fine wedding tomorrow. The line jerk. Meanwhile, the black tea and the green tea are arguing over which one are trying to fight with each other about which one of them is going to be ordered. Sanji orders black, and the black tea just kicks over the green tea. And even the food is singing eat us, pancake. Start with me, don't forget me too. And then we have a talking jar of honey. It's a very disturbing Beauty and Beast, or maybe the restaurant at the end of the universe situation. And even Yonji's most talkative meal I've ever had. How am I? Am I good? While this talkative meal is going on, Pudding slips Sanji a note saying, "Let's talk alone later." outside of Sweet City with Team Luffy. Big King Bom's wondering if he can leave now. And while the army is coming, Nami's like, at least hide or something. You don't have to just stand in this exact spot, do you? Luffy declares he does. If he leaves, Sanji might show up here while he's gone. You guys can step aside if you want. Like, Nami's screaming at him, Luffy, stop this, it's crazy. You don't know who's terror. Don't you know where we are? There's no way you can beat that enormous army. I said I'd wait here. I promised. And then in Pudding's room, Pudding's apologizing because she wasn't able to keep her word to Luffy. Now they're all in danger because of her actions. Sanji's realizing this explains how they got through all the security to even get there in the first place. But in any case, he wouldn't have gone down to the shore. Pudding's like, if it's about the invitation, I can take the blame. I'm her daughter. I'll be fine. Just don't appear at the ceremony or it's all over. Mama's used to these arranged marriages, and she puts special bracelets on those wedding partners who seem likely to try escape. Once they're on, if you try to leave the island. And she's explaining this, but Sanji reveals he's already got them. And Sanji explains that Big Mom has the key to those, so in order to get that, you have to defeat the entire Big Mom pirate crew. And Pudding's realizing that, yeah, this means Big Mom's already covered her bases. And more importantly, according to Sanji, he has not got a single ally to help him. He even takes off the face mask from earlier and reveals his banged up, bruised face to Pudding. Just because they're related doesn't mean a thing to them. You see, they'll never forgive me for being a failure in their eyes. I've never once been happy about the fact that I was born as royalty. That's why I left for sea, to a place that might not even exist. But if I resist this marriage, my friends and I will get wiped out. It'll even cost the life of my savior in the East Blue, the man who might as well be my real father. There's no way out of this in any direction, so I've decided not to resist anymore. And in return, I want Big Mom to let my people go. They're going after my crew at this very moment. Pudding trying to apologize for her mother's actions, but he's like, you have nothing to apologize for. I was in hell until 13 years ago, and I've just come back to where I started, that's all. If anything, it was bliss just being away from that hell for 13 whole years. In a way, all the people that I met are my saviors. I just want to vanish without hurting any of them. My adventure ends here. Pudding starts crying more, so it sounds like, hey, don't do that, so make me feel worse. But she declares that she won't let their marriage be held to him too. It's like, what am I saying? I mean, you're dealing with a very serious problem. I mean, of course, a marriage you don't want is going to be hell. I can't believe I was so presumptuous. I feel ashamed of myself. I mean, you only just barely met me. Of course, I can't possibly fill the hole in your heart. Besides, you never once even said that you were actually going to marry me. Of course, in this moment, like, Sanji actually embraces her, pulls her into a hug, like, calls her his salvation. If I'm at all worthy of you, then let's get married tomorrow. And on top of that horrible ending, we also have One Piece is off next week. Damn it. Alright, so I'm going to address one big elephant in the room right off the bat here. In some of the fan translations, Pudding is explaining that we've only just met in that little bit I quoted, which a lot of people were kind of jumping on as a possibility that she was lying about having met Sanji before, like when they were when Luffy and them met her. Like, she was saying she met Sanji and she wanted to go back to his friends. So, but I don't think that's quite so true anymore, because one, she appears to be completely honest with Sanji about how she helped them get here in the first place. And two, the way it's worded, it's like, you only just barely met me. That doesn't necessarily prevent a past meeting from taking place. On the flip side, there is, and it could be that maybe the translator himself is not sure where this is going just yet, so he worded it kind of roundabout to cover his bases. I actually threw in a piece to tweet over to the One Piece podcast this week to ask about that, so we'll see how that goes. So, if you listen to the One Piece podcast, you might hear my little piece, my question come up in piece tweet, which is part of the piece together thing where they take fan stuff. And then, let's see here. Meanwhile, we're actually seeing like Luffy fight the entire big army solo. So I'm curious to see where that goes. I mean, I don't know if I can't really believe that he'll win, but at the same time, I'm curious to see what happens with that. And I could say, like, the whole talking food thing was kind of creepy. Like, like I said, I thought of two things first. One was Beauty and the Beast, with all the talking, with all the people who've been turned into like kitchenware, and also the restaurant at the end of the universe, the Douglas Adams book from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where among the other things you see cows that are actually eager to be eaten. Like they'll actually take the order for how they'll be cooked themselves, and then all right, then now that's done. I'll go out in the back and shoot myself. Don't worry, I'll be very humane. I won't feel a thing. And that's where I can't help it. That's where my brain can't help but go while I'm reading all this. I do wonder how they get out of this. I wonder if Nami will be able to use the Viffer card to pull up bigger homie army on them or something. Or if it'll be like Broken Pedro or Jinbei or something else will kick in. But something's gonna jump in at some point in there. I just don't think Luffy's in a condition to really take those guys by himself. Not impossible, but not very likely either. Now, so I always love seeing these these. Where is it here? Oh, got too far back. I always like seeing the perspective shots of like the really big characters next to like the relatively normal sized ones. You got Big Mom, just freaking huge. Like she's at least 5 times bigger than anyone else in that room besides Judge. We're also seeing like how she treats her younger children, with Nana and some of the other ones there. Yeah, so we kind of get an idea of like that they're pretty messed up even when they're that little. That's yeah. And then I said Prometheus and Zeus, like they are ultimately confirmed to be homies. I don't think that's really doubted at any point, but at the same time, it's just like confirmation more than anything else. And we did, as I was saying before, I actually saw them before. Like I saw a picture of when Big Mom first appeared when she was doing her big old Godzilla routine a few chapters back. We're seeing like the big smiley sun in there. That's Prometheus. Prometheus was the fire one. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, scrolling through this real quick, see if there's anything else I need to cover on here. Like I said, I kind of brought this up a little bit last week, I think, but I'm almost positive at this point that Pudding is going to be like the linchpin in all this. Like she's she's going to do something that will either mess things up incredibly or get things going better. Because she's the only one who seems to be in a position to actually act in this. I mean, we haven't seen hide nor hair of Brooke, Pedro, or Jinbei for some time now, so no telling what they're going to be able to do. The only one I can think of being able to act here would be Nami with the Vivre card. At this point, sadly, it seems like Sanji has pretty much given up hope. Like, he just can't. He's not going to move anymore. He's not going to. If it'll, in the hopes of protecting everyone else, he's just going to give up and let them have their way. And they are kind of taking a different take on this than they did with Robin and Nami, I think. I mean, it's equally similar situations, like a hopeless, stuck in a situation they can do not want, but in this case there actually is every indication that these guys are too powerful for Luffy to take on, despite the fact that he's currently battling the army. And as we do see, like at the very least, like he's taking out guys, but Opera, the whipped cream guy, is like just there smiling and looking like he's ready to block. So I am very eager to see where that turns up, how that ends up. Okay, so enough rambling out of me. I'm going to go ahead and call the review here. If you watched the other videos already, I'm going to reiterate here as well that Attack on Titan is out in Japanese, but not in English yet. But if it comes out like right after these reviews go up, I'll do a quick video and pop it in as well. So if you want Attack on Titan, that will almost certainly come either next couple of days, or if it doesn't come up by then, I'll put it in next week's reviews. If only because I think next week with One Piece off and the other monthlies done, they'll just be Hero Academia. So we'll see. So, but that's been our review of One Piece. Hey, sorry, I'm very bad at keeping track of the chapter numbers here. Let's see here. Yeah, 845 there. This has been a review of One Piece, chapter 845, Forces of Rage. Until next week, I hope you have a good time. Bye.